So on to our fourth speaker now, is Nimit Jethwa from the Green Party.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me today, and it's fantastic to see such a large attendance. My name is Nimit Jethwa. I'm the Green Party candidate for the constituency of Leicester East. As you may know, the Green Party, we've had councillors previously in Leicester, and hopefully we're planning to do the same this year on May the 7th. Myself personally, I'm born in Leicester, and as you can tell, I'm not your typical. Well, first for starters, I'm a son of an immigrant. I'm very, very proud of that, and more importantly, I'm very proud to be British as well at the same time. For me, I used to go to missionary school near the area of Melton Mowbray. I happen to have worked at Curve, just around the corner also. In terms of the questions that were asked with regards to the constitutional reform, so like a couple of my colleagues on the panel, we're absolutely for constitutional reform. We don't believe that the House of Lords should be anything but elected people. Whether they're elected in the same way that we elect MPs and councillors is a question for a different day. We're not sure that that process itself works. For example, we don't agree with the entire idea of first past the post. We believe that proportional representation is the best way forward. In particular, with the church and the state, we do absolutely believe that they should both be separate. The church should have absolutely no influence on the state, and the state should have absolutely no influence on the church, and that should go with every single religion or no religion. Absolutely no religion in any way, shape or form should have any more of a say or any less of a say than any other religion or anyone who doesn't have a religion. And as we can see, we have a lot of issues, well, examples in the media where certain religions and certain types of religions are given more of a precedence than others, and that should not be the case. With regards to faith schools, so again, we believe that whilst schools should absolutely be allowed to teach faiths, they should be compelled legally from a legislative perspective to ensure that schools teach every single religion and aspect of every single religion. There should be no we're going to teach this religion any more than that one, or vice versa. We also believe that any faith school, should they wish to exist, should not have any public funding. They should entirely fund themselves. With regards to the European Union, so we absolutely believe that the European Union is a force for good, and we are pro-European, as I am. We do, however, think that there are absolutely some fundamental issues within Europe, and the example of TTIP being allowed to continue without having actually been stopped down already is an example. We're effectively just creating a neoliberalist world, but via the European Union as opposed to actually creating things for people. One of the most recent examples was actually the European Union wanting to create an armed force of its own, and we absolutely think that those sort of things should just be stomped down straight away. We don't need those sort of things. As one of my colleagues just mentioned earlier on, the European Union has not seen so much peace for such a long time, and I think the European Union helps with that, but creating an air force and an army of our own is effectively just saying to other countries, come on, let's have a fight, and we don't really need that sort of thing. We need a world of peace, not a world of war. In respect to asylum seekers and refugees, so we absolutely believe that every single asylum seeker, every single refugee who comes to this country and asks for help should be given so with absolute dignity, absolute care. There shouldn't be any of this sticking them in a box and saying, oh, here's a certain amount of money, deal with life. That's an unacceptable way of doing things. We also do believe that where, for example, and we have seen this in the news, where there are centres for deportation and it's an entirely woman-focused centre, there should be absolutely no men in there. It is a barbaric situation that women have been spied on, and we believe that those sort of things should not happen. In terms of economic equality, so we've again sort of very much been vocal about TTIP and how that's very much geared towards neoliberalists and corporates and absolutely nothing for the people in general. So we believe those things should happen. I, for example, just a few days ago was announced in Estimate for my candidacy, and I was quite vocal in there saying that if banks want to go and seek profits and all of that against the people, then and they want to commit fraud, then really we should just take their licenses away, because that's not the way that things need to happen in this country. I don't believe that we should have to pay £900 billion to bail out banks, but then we can't afford to find 30 billion to bail out the NHS, which is the crown jewel of this country. And very similar in respect to things like the Royal Mail being sold off. Those are absolutely unacceptable. We shouldn't have sold it off, and even if they had chosen to sell it off, we should have got the value for money, and we lost about £1 billion, and that's unacceptable. And not only does the party agree with that perspective, but I do, and I think it's something that everyone should really hold ministers and even current MPs and current councillors to account for. That's pretty much it.